and everything went well.
I know you're meeting with some teams. Who were they maybe? What were they saying to you?
Past couple days, I met with different teams. Right now, I just got done meeting with the Titans. Just basically going over board work, seeing all different things like that. Most of the teams I already met with back in Indianapolis.
What have they said they need you to improve on?
You improve on just general techniques, just continuing. Like some different teams have different blocking schemes than other, so just getting used to that. The hands inside sometimes. Just keep working on basically all the fundamentals.
What was the experience in Indy like?
It was a very hectic but fun week. Didn't get to sleep much, very sleep deprived running. Didn't eat much either. Met with a lot of different teams, but overall it was a great experience.
You obviously let your numbers from Indy stand. You didn't do any of the running today. Was there a reason behind that? Were you comfortable with what you did out there?
I was very comfortable with everything I did out there. I think that showed from the tape.
Do you know around where you might get picked? Have you heard anything in terms of round and all that kind of stuff?
I'm not very big into social media, so I don't really check, but everything I heard, it should look like the second round.
Are they looking at your guard, center, or do you care? Doesn't matter.
A lot of things appeal to different teams, my versatility, but I asked different teams, so it's basically a 50-50 split where they see me, but a lot of teams are that if something happens, I can go play any of the 5 positions, so that's what they like about.
Now that you're at this point, right before the draft, and come so far through like Lehman and all that, what's going through your head? Like, this has been a dream for you for a long time.
Yeah, just trying to live one day at a time, just not try to think about the draft right now. Just everything's just so it doesn't spin around too much, so just take one day at a time right now.
How do you think that versatility maybe helps you if teams are close with you and another guy at the same position?
I think the versatility helps because I can play at all 5, so at any point during the game, because you only get to dress 7, maybe 8 at most in the NFL for a lineman. So if one guy goes down, I could plug in at any of those 5 spots.
Connor, you have a chance to point to that versatility now on your college resume, but how challenging was it gaining all that experience at those different positions over the past few years?
It wasn't that much challenging. When I first came in, obviously I was center, we were getting recruited, came in, played right, left tackle, and then moved to guard that year, and then went back to center, and then played guard again this year. I think overall just playing all those positions helped me a lot, especially at center, and just knowing what's going on throughout the entire offensive line, and just kind of built the chemistry because I knew what the guy to the left and right of me, I knew what the tackles were doing at the time. That's also helped the guard, because I knew what the tackle was doing already and how the center should be blocking the play too.
Have you heard more from teams, like whether they like you as a center or a guard? You know, has there been any?
I've asked the question a lot to most of the formal meetings I had in Indianapolis. Again, most of it was just a split down the middle. It was just what they preferred, but a lot of them like the versatility.
You were here for Trace today. What did you see from him? Is he an NFL quarterback in your mind?
Oh, obviously he's an NFL quarterback. Whoever picks him up is going to get the best competitor in their life, and just can't get rid of him. He's just a great guy on and off the field, and he's just going to blow everyone away, I think. And I think he showed that again today.
What did you think when there were reports that some teams wanted to look at him as a DB?
Again, it just shows like his versatility. Like obviously, when he was getting recruited, it's kind of the same thing. No one really believed him as a quarterback. He went out and showed everyone wrong. I think he's going to do it again at the next level.
What makes you a second-round pick?
Second-round pick?
What makes you, in your mind, what makes you not?
I think my versatility is a big factor for it, and just how I'm able to play all the 5 positions and do it well, especially in the interior 3.
Teams are going to be looking at those specifics, though, of what makes you a center or a guard, beyond the versatility. What are you showing now? What are you trying to show them in that sense? That you can play those specifically center or guard?
Yeah, past 3 years I've shown that I can play guard. At moment's notice, like this year, you got a day notice to play center. I was able to quickly show that I can have a good game also.
Connor, how do you see the offensive line for Penn State in 2019 kind of shaking out? They got, your position is up for grabs. Bates' position is up for grabs. How do you see that shaking out?
I got to see practice on Saturday. Everything looks great. Returning the 3 starters from last year, I think that's really going to help the younger guys, especially pan out what the left tackle and right guard that spot. I think that's going to help a lot because they're going to continue teaching the guys. I think it's going to be a great competition at both those spots.
What do you know about Rasheed Walker? Because we know not a whole lot about him.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised this year how good he does. Very raw. I think he just keep practicing, especially with the experience he has next to playing with Steve at left tackle and Steve at left guard. I think that's just going to continue helping him a lot.
Connor, how about Will Fries? We've seen him play a couple different roles at tackle, battle Chaz off last year. You think he's ready to take a big step here in 2019?
Oh, I think he's going to continue improving every day, just like he has the past couple of years.
What about C.J. Thorpe?
where do I think he's going to fit in, or like an offensive line? I think he's going to continue making the strides. Guard this year, replacing me. He's still got to continue battling with Mike for that open right guard spot, but I think both him and Mike are going to make great strides this year.
How are they different, if any, Mike and CJ?
The only real difference is the size. CJ carries a little bit more weight with him, but Mike has a little bit more leverage, but both of them I think are going to continue to improve.
What did you see from Michael Menet as far as a leadership aspect that maybe he could translate into next season?
I think he's continuing to make strides at center, just being very vocal, making sure everyone's on the same page. I think he's going to continue this year and just keep up the whole chemistry of the offensive line.
This was obviously a huge decision for you to go out early. What's it like now that you're past pro day and it's kind of all downhill? I mean, there'll be some meetings and whatnot, but until the draft, can you take a deep breath and relax a little bit?
I kind of, like, after the combine, had a sigh of relief just because the whole whirlwind training and everything, like, focus on, all of a sudden you're there, did it, and now it's like, okay, that's done. I could just breathe a little bit and then right back on the working again.
But after this now, I mean, is it the same kind of feeling?
Not really, just because now I'm meeting with different teams, flying out to different cities, all that, so it's kind of, don't really get a chance to break, so once the draft comes, then I think it'll be like a day of relaxation, then right to work again.
What are you doing between now and the draft, and where are you going to watch the draft?
Working out here at Penn State, then wherever I get flown out to, whatever meetings I have, I'll take care of that. Then doing a draft party at my family's bar back in northeast Pennsylvania.
What do you think that's going to be like?
What's the draft?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a very hectic and chaotic time, but great day of my life, one of the best moments, I think.
Since you were scouting the whole offense there before, who's the next quarterback? At practice, I didn't get to see Tommy because he's having limited reps, but I think it's going to be a great battle. We'll see in the camp who pulls it out. What do you like from those two guys specifically, Tommy and Steve?
Sean,
sorry.
Yeah, Tommy brings another versatile aspect to it. Very big, but he could run, also throw. Sean has a great arm. They're both great leaders, so I think it's going to be a great battle going in this year.
Talk a lot about the physical stuff there, the intangibles, though. You always heard from you guys about Trace, what he meant to that huddle outside of all the physical stuff. What do those guys have? You've been both demeanor-wise. How would you compare those two, Sean and Tommy?
I think just being in that room with Trace, it's rubbed off on both of them, and I think they're both going to take that next step with being more of a leader.
Where are you at academically? Have you graduated yet?
I would have graduated this semester, so I'm graduating in the summer now online. I'm only 19 credits away from graduation.
And how important is that to you, given your family background?
Very important. My parents made sure I'll get my degree sometime very shortly.
So was that key to making the decision?
Yeah, just if I would have been maybe a little bit farther away from graduation, that probably would have had a bigger effect on me, but I knew, because I only had one major class in math and everything else is gen ed, so it's pretty easy to get done in the summer. And I can do it all online.
What would the degree be in?
Agricultural business management.
Okay.
You talked a lot about your own personal versatility. Was that a point of emphasis for you when you got to Penn State, knowing you wanted to learn how to play all five?
Yes and no, because when I got recruited, I played center all through high school, so Penn State was actually the only school that offered me as a center. Everywhere else wanted me to play tackle, so I kind of had in the back of my mind, I was like, I expected to be flipped around. So when I got here, I got moved to tackle. It didn't surprise me at all, and I was very comfortable with all the changes.